What's up, everybody? It's Metastats. Today, we're ranking the least popular US presidents since 1952 using approval and disapproval ratings. We'll see who lands at the bottom and who managed to stay on top of the popularity contest. Get ready for some presidential drama. First up, Donald Trump, a name that has become almost synonymous with controversy, headlines, and heated debates across the country. Whether you loved him or hated him, there's no denying that Trump left a lasting mark on American politics and culture. But as president, his approval rating averaged just 44.6%, the lowest for any president since 1952. This number reflects the deep divisions that defined his time in office, with many Americans feeling strongly one way or the other. His disapproval rating soared to 41.4%, nearly matching those who approved. Next up, we have George H.W. Bush, who served as the 41st President of the United States from 1989 to 1993. During his presidency, Bush Sr. maintained an average approval rating of 44.9%. While this number reflected a solid base of support, it's important to note that his disapproval rating was relatively low at 17%. These numbers shifted over time, especially as major events unfolded both at home and abroad. Now, Bill Clinton, the 42nd president, was known for his charisma and saxophone skills. Clinton left office with a strong 54.4% approval rating, but his disapproval was 20.3%, higher than you'd expect for such a popular president. Scandals, especially the Monica Lewinsky affair, dented his image. Still, Clinton is remembered as a popular and effective leader. He made politics feel personal for many Americans. Let's take a closer look at Joe Biden. As the 46th president, Biden stepped into office during a time of immense national and global challenges, inheriting a deeply divided country and a world still reeling from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Biden's approval rating sits at 53.5%, which places him right in the middle compared to other modern presidents at this point in their terms. On the other hand, his disapproval rating stands at 31.7%. Last up, Ronald Reagan, the 40th president and former Hollywood actor. Reagan left office with a 51% approval rating and a remarkably low 13% disapproval. He was known as the great communicator for his ability to connect with Americans. A strong economy and the end of the Cold War boosted his popularity. Reagan's optimism and leadership style made him a favorite for many. He remains a towering figure in modern U.S. history. Next, let's look at Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th president and a decorated World War II general. Eisenhower enjoyed consistently high approval ratings throughout his two terms, often hovering above 60%. Eisenhower's calm demeanor and reputation as a unifier made him widely respected across party lines. Americans appreciated his moderate approach to governance, his focus on infrastructure, and his efforts to keep the nation at peace during tense international moments. Today, Eisenhower is often remembered as a reassuring leader who helped guide the country through a time of rapid change and uncertainty. Now, let's turn to John F. Kennedy, the 35th president, whose brief time in office left a lasting legacy and a surge of public admiration. Kennedy's presidency, though tragically cut short, was marked by high approval ratings, often soaring above 70%. His youthful energy, eloquent speeches, and ambitious vision for America inspired millions. Key moments like the Cuban Missile Crisis showcased his cool-headed leadership under extreme pressure, while initiatives like the space race captured the nation's imagination. Kennedy's call to "ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country" still echoes in American culture today. Despite challenges, including civil rights tensions and Cold War anxieties, Kennedy's optimism and charm made him a symbol of hope and progress. After Kennedy's assassination, Lyndon B. Johnson became president at a critical time in American history. He launched the Great Society, passing the Civil Rights Act and Medicare, and enjoyed early public support at 66.0% approval. But the Vietnam War overshadowed his presidency, sparking protests and eroding trust. Facing criticism, Johnson chose not to seek re-election, but his legacy in civil rights endures. Richard Nixon's presidency was marked by both triumph and turmoil. Elected in 1968, he promised order and ended the Vietnam War. He opened relations with China and signed arms control agreements with the Soviet Union. With 59.0% approval and disapprove 5.0%, but the Watergate scandal shattered his image and trust in the presidency. Facing impeachment, Nixon resigned in 1974, leaving a legacy both historic and controversial. Gerald Ford became president after Nixon's resignation, the only U.S. leader never elected to the office. Thrust into turmoil after Watergate, Ford's controversial pardon of Nixon divided the nation. He faced a struggling economy and worked to restore trust, but his presidency remained overshadowed by Watergate. Jimmy Carter entered the White House in 1977 as a political outsider, promising honesty and transparency. His humble demeanor and commitment to human rights won public goodwill, and the Camp David Accords brought historic peace. But economic struggles and the Iran hostage crisis eroded confidence, leading to his 1980 defeat. Carter's legacy endures through his humanitarian work and integrity, is approved 66.0% and disapprove 8.0%. George W. Bush became president in 2001, facing a divided nation. After the September 11th attacks, his popularity soared as he led the country and launched the War on Terror. The wars in Afghanistan and Iraq defined his presidency, bringing both support and criticism. The response to Hurricane Katrina and the 2008 financial crisis hurt his 44.9% approval. Today, Bush remains a polarizing figure, with his legacy still debated. Barack Obama entered the White House in 2009 on a wave of hope and historic change, becoming the nation's first African-American president. His Yes We Can campaign energized millions, and his early approval ratings soared as Americans looked for new direction after the financial crisis. Obama signed the Affordable Care Act, expanding health care coverage but sparking fierce debate. He ordered the operation that killed Osama bin Laden and advocated for equality, including same-sex marriage. By the end of his second term, Obama left office with high approval ratings of 63.3% approval, 16.5% disapprove, admired for his intelligence and grace. That's our rundown of the least and most popular U.S. presidents since 1952. Which ranking surprised you? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you need further tightening or adjustments.